Number 10. The cockroach, the junk bond king god, just triggered a forced liquidation on Earth. S rotation. While 1,000 miles per hour inertia slams your luxury car and your body into a brick wall, cosmic rays are peeling your DNA like an orange. In this massive audit, humans are the junk stocks getting dumped first, while the cockroach is holding evolutionary blue chips and laughing in the ruins. This neighbor tanks 15 times your lethal dose of radiation and can live 2 weeks without a head. Since he breathes through his sides, losing his skull is just a minor inconvenience. He'll just chill in the debris until he eventually dies of thirst because he's got no mouth to drink with. It's peak horror movie bio-engineering. His secret to staying in the game. A super slow cell cycle that makes it nearly impossible for radiation to catch his DNA mid-split toss in the fact that he'll eat anything, even wallpaper glue, and he has the only asset manager left in a world of rusted steel. Survival rule: when the market crashes, your degree is trash. Your durability is the only currency that matters. Number 9. The camel, the wasteland accountant, in the permanent day zone. Your body is going to pop like a hot dog in a microwave. But this wasteland accountant, with the trash, breath can wander 140. Degree heat for 2 weeks without water, making your IQ look like a penny stock. That deflated hump isn't T for water, it pure fat, his mobile power bank. He has the animal kingdom cost control expert. A camel hits a 106-degree body temp so he doesn't T-sweat, stopping asset leakage via evaporation. Even crazier, his oval blood cells keep the circulation flowing even when his blood is thick as molasses from dehydration. It's the ultimate risk hedge for a world on fire. When the global climate shuts down, your $1 million SUV is just a hunk of scrap metal. This stinky camel is the only first-class ticket home, mocking every high-maintenance piece of tech we ever built. Survival rule in a long-term bear market. The guy with the lowest operating costs is the only one who survives. Number 8. The chimpanzee, the social day trader. When the world stops spinning, law and order are worth less than toilet paper. Your distant cousins are going to be the first ones to take over the local supermarket using the only logic you truly understand: brute force. Imagine a 4-foot muscle freak with 5 times your power, forming gangs to crack open cold storage. They aren't wild animals. They just us without the masks. They survive on social defense. In a total collapse, being a lone wolf is a death sentence. Chimps are masters of collective hunting and tool replication. When the water's gone, they dig for deep roots. When the temps swing, they build fortifications together. That high-level social IQ is their only hedge against the chaos of day one. It's ironic. When the shell of civilization cracks, we're usually less unified than the chimps. They'll pull value from our ruins and set up a new brutal order while we're still looking for a lawyer survival rule. When the world goes crazy, find a squad that's just as crazy as you are. And make sure your lead pipe is heavier than the next guy. Number 7. The emperor penguin, if the Halt dumps you on the side of the planet that never sees the sun, 120 below zero is going to freeze your lungs solid. You might be rocking the most expensive Canada Goose jacket money can buy. But these little guys in the tuxedos are going to show you what a bio-internal heater really looks like. Imagine a meatball made of thousands of bodies. In a blizzard strong enough to rip steel plates apart, this huddle acts like an ancient cult ritual. They move in a slow, rhythmic circle. The guys on the outside take the hit from the ice. Shards, while the guys in the center chill in a cozy 98 degrees, the whole group is like one breathing organism. It is the only spark of life in the permanent dark. It is all social thermodynamics and counter current heat exchange. Emperor penguins can calculate heat loss to the decimal, using a rotation system to make sure nobody gets left behind in the cold. Plus, their feet have a high-tech plumbing system that keeps heat from leaking into the ice they're standing on. It is the ultimate risk diversification strategy, spreading the pressure of the ice age short across the entire group. It is funny, humans call themselves the ultimate social animals, but in a crisis, we usually just trample each other. These clumsy birds, they use pure altruism to keep the lights on, survival rule, when the winter comes. Give your back to your buddies and take your turn in the wind, number 6. The brown rat, hey, don't give me that. Grossed out look, while you are getting turned into a smear by inertia. These thieves you hated are getting ready to move into your penthouse. They re the Jesse Livermores of biology. Experts at finding long opportunities in a market crash. This is a monster that can fold its skeleton to squeeze through a hole the size of a quarter. A rat's teeth are harder than steel. They can bite through lead pipes and chew up concrete. In the ruins, you'll see them in swarms, gnawing on the dead cables of the supercomputers we left behind. They don't have an aesthetic, they just have a pathological instinct for calories. High-frequency breeding and extreme opportunistic eating. A rat's reproductive cycle is fast enough to make your head spin. That compound interest growth is their mathematical weapon against extinction, even better, their immune system. They can party in a world of heavy metals and rot, turning human garbage into pure survival fuel. As long as there is a piece of mouldy leather left, they can breed an empire. The irony is, the more civilized we got, the more trash we left behind, making the rats' balance sheet look better every year. When we re-gone, they the ones who inherit the estate, survival rule. If you can change the environment, learn to digest the trash, even the rusty kind. Number 5. The Pompeii worm earth stopping is going to make the tectonic plates go nuts. Volcanoes are going to start popping like popcorn, while you are trying to find an AC unit to survive a 100-degree day. This guy is chilling on the edge of a volcanic vent at 180 degrees. He is not committing suicide, he is just enjoying a deep-sea sauna. This weird worm, covered in white fur with a bright red head, lives in the hydrothermal vents. He is basically the janitor of hell, sucking up sulfur in water that could boil anything else alive. That fur on his back, it is actually a thick layer of heat-loving bacteria. This is bio-grade heat armor. That bacteria is just a snack. It is an insulation layer. The Pompeii worm sticks its tail in 180-degree water while keeping its head in 50-degree water, handling a massive temperature swing without blinking. That kind of physical durability keeps it steady while the rest of the planet is melting down. It turned the death zone into its comfort zone. Humans spent billions on ceramic tiles for spaceships, but this worm does it with a bacteria coat. Survival rule: when you are in the center of the storm, the best defense is to team up and become part of the heat. Number 4. The Saharan silver ant on the permanent day side of the planet. The sun is going to be like a spotlight that never turns off. 10 minutes out there and you are a human charcoal briquette. But this speedster comes out when the sand hits 160 degrees just to scavenge your corpse. It is covered in silver hairs with a triangular cross-section that makes it look like liquid metal. That silver suit reflects almost all visible light. When this thing runs, it is hitting the human equivalent of 250 miles per h-hour. It doesn't walk, it flies across the heat waves looking for some poor soul who got baked. This is extreme heat. Budget management. Silver ants have high-tech heat shock proteins that keep their cells from gunking up in the heat. They only come out for a few minutes at a time, calculating every second of heat intake like a pro. If the heat gets too high, they hedge their risk by ducking into a shadow instantly. Level day trading in biology. We want silver and gold for vanity. The ant wears a silver suit just to keep from being vaporized. Survival rule in an extreme bull market of heat. If you aren't T-fast, you are going to get liquidated. Number 3. The wood frog, if the halt dumps you on the side of the planet that never sees the sun 60 below zero, is going to turn your blood into a slushy. You are dead, but this low-temp master just puts itself into a technical halt. He is not dead. He is just waiting for the market to reopen. Imagine a frog where 65% of its body water is literally ice. No heartbeat, no breathing. The brain waves are a flat line. If you dropped him on the floor, he'd make a clink, sound like a rock. In a 6-month night, he just hangs out like a corpse. This is the most extreme emergency brake in nature. Natural anti-freeze extreme glucose concentration. The second it starts freezing, the wood frog pumps its blood full of sugar from its liver. That concentration gets so high that the fluid inside the cells can T-freeze. This prevents ice crystals from stabbing the cell membranes, which is exactly why human cryonics always fails. It is the ultimate asset protection move, locking in the value of life at the lowest cost until the environment turns around. Humans spend millions trying to freeze bodies for the future. This frog does it in a ditch every winter. Survival rule when liquidity dries up. An authorized halt is the smartest trade you can make. Number 2. The Conanbacterium Dinococcus radiodurans. When Earth stops, those unmanned nuclear reactors are going to start popping one by one. For most life, that is the kiss of death. But for this guy, radiation dust is just like a light morning mist. He, LL set up shop inside a barrel of nuclear waste and call it a day, nicknamed the Conanbacterium. This little thing can handle 3,000 times the radiation dose that would kill a human. Even if its DNA gets shredded into 100 pieces by gamma rays, it just puts them back together like a puzzle in a few hours. It looks less like an organism and more like a line of self-healing binary code. Multi-copy redundancy and manganese protection. It keeps 4 to 10 backups of its DNA in every cell. This extreme backup mechanism ensures that even if the system crashes, it can restore from the cloud instantly. It is the most hardcore data protection plan ever, keeping its genetic assets safe. We think our tech is invincible, but we repaper, thin against atomic damage. This invisible bug is the real landlord of the nuclear wasteland. Survival rule: if you have enough backups, even death can T-close your account. This is the victory of information over muscle. Number 1. The tardigrade. Finally, we meet the ultimate market maker. When the atmosphere is gone, the oceans are boiled away and radiation is scrubbing every inch of the dirt. If there is one tenant left on Earth, it is this guy. He isn't adapting to the environment, he is trolling it. This 8-legged creature that looks like a micro-sized inflatable sofa can go into a state called cryptobiosis. He kicks out 99% of his body water and turns into a ton, an indestructible speck of dust. He can chill in the vacuum of space, get boiled in a pressure cooker, or hang out at absolute zero. G protection proteins, TDPs. He replaces his water with a special protein that turns his cells into biological glass. In an extreme environment, he just cuts all ties with the world and goes into physical sleep mode. Give him 1 drop of water and he is back to life in minutes. This isn't T-evolution, it is a cheat code. The irony is peak. Humans spend their whole lives hoarding wealth and power to change the world, but the water bear proves that true eternity is not needing the world at all. Survival rule: when the world hits zero, only the zeros survive. That is your end of days audit for Earth. Humans got liquidated in the first wave, while these weird, tough and tiny players took over the floor. So, after seeing these 10 heavy hitters, who are you picking as your end-of-the-world fund manager? If you could grab one of their superpowers, which one is it? Drop your pick in the comments. Let's see who has got the best eye for value. Next time, we're diving deep into the elephant S foot in Chernobyl to check out the black fungus that eats radiation for breakfast. Don't forget to subscribe to the Earth. S Forbidden Files. I'll see you next time to watch the world burn.